Welcome to the Shipyard Old Port Half Marathon from Portland, Maine. The first part of this course will follow Commercial Street through Portland's waterfront section as we head towards the Casco Bay Bridge and the west side of Portland. The race starts at the Ocean Gateway Pier and quickly takes a left towards Commercial Street. This race starts perfectly flat as you head down Commercial Street. You'll pass by many shops and restaurants on both sides of the street. There's also some fine shopping right on Commercial Street, so you definitely want to check that out if you have some time before or after the race. Nice flat start to this race allows you to settle into a nice pace. You get a nice rhythm as you go down, as you head towards the Casco Bay Bridge, which you can see in the distance. That's also our first water stop, just after the first mile mark. Definitely take on some water, especially if it's a hot day. Now, at this point in the course, the road's just going to kick up just a little bit. Probably not really that noticeable at the beginning of the race. There's just a small little hill here. Now, stay to the right side of the road is you're going to cross through the 2-mile mark, and then you're going to take a right, and then another sharp right. Then another quick right on Danforth Street. As we leave Commercial Street, we will now run up the hill to the Western Promenade and through Portland's West End neighborhood. Now as you round this corner, the road's going to start to kick up. Now this is a really tough part of the course. You have a long, slow, gradual uphill, and then you're going to take a sharp left at the top of the hill, and another quick left, and then you're going to have to go up the Western Promenade hill. Now if you did this race last year, you actually ran down this hill. So this is a tough climb. First big challenge of the day. As you pull yourself up and over this hill, beautiful park on the left-hand side. Nice wide street. You're going to cross through mile 3. You're going to have to take on some more water, and then you can take a quick right onto West Street. Now this part of the course works through some residential neighborhoods in Portland. Nice homes on the left and right. Now as you take this right on Vaughan Street, you're going to get some payback on this course. This is a nice, long, gradual downhill. You should really be able to pick up some speed through this section and make up some time you might have lost climbing the Western Promenade. Now keep in mind as you go down this downhill, you're not going to go to the bottom. You're going to take a left right before the end onto Orchard Street. A little bit of an incline here, and then you're going to have a nice decline as you take this quick right. A few turns through this part of the course. A little bit of an incline here. Now at this part of the course, we're actually going to work our way back towards Commercial Street as you cross through mile 4. So after you take this next right, you're actually going to have a screaming downhill. This is an extremely fast downhill. And at the bottom of the hill, you're going to take a right and continue to go downhill as you continue to descend towards Commercial Street. So this is a very fast part of the course. The next part of this course reconnects with Commercial Street, returns through the waterfront section, passes by the Shipyard Brewery, and follows the Eastern Promenade as we head towards Back Cove. Now you're going to take a left, and we're actually going to head back past the start line. Again, another water stop under the Casco Bay Bridge. Now again, we're heading back towards Commercial Street. Again, the shops and restaurants, both sides of the street. Perfectly flat through this section of the course. As you cross through mile 5. Now I'd highly recommend making this a destination race. Some great hotels and restaurants in the waterfront area of Portland. Great opportunity to check out a lobster roll after the event. Now we're actually just going to continue, and we're going to pass by where we started, which will be on the right-hand side. You're going to take a left on Hancock Street, and then there's going to be a water stop. Take a quick right on 4th Street. Look to the left and take a look at the Shipyard Brewery, which is the sponsor of this race. Now we start the tough climb up 4th Street. This is a tough climb as we head towards the Eastern Promenade. As you crest the hill, look to the right-hand side, and you'll see one of the most incredible views you could see in a road race. Just absolutely beautiful views of Casco Bay. Now, as we continue to work our way down the eastern promenade, the road's actually going to be slightly downhill through this section, give you a chance to catch your breath after climbing that big hill. Nice road surface through this part of the course. Just a slightly rolling section as we continue to head towards the Back Cove section of the course. Now there'll be a water stop here. Now there's going to be a screaming downhill right through this section as we continue to head towards Back Cove. Now at the bottom of the hill, we're going to go straight across and take a right onto the Back Cove Trail. The next part of this course follows the 3.5 miles around beautiful Back Cove. This is just slightly uphill. Now at the top of the hill, we're just going to go straight across and take a right and continue on the bike path. Now as you come up and over this bridge, you're going to look to the left, you can see the Back Cove. That's where we're going to be running around in just a short period of time. After the bridge, we're going to take a very hard left, and we're going to start our circular route around the Back Cove section. Now the next 3 miles of this course are going to be on hard-packed dirt gravel. Again, it's a decent surface to run on. A little bit different than pavement, but most of the Back Cove section is completely flat. Shouldn't have too much of an issue with loose gravel. Now this is a very popular area with walkers and runners and cyclists. You'll always see a ton of people out here circling Back Cove. Coming up on the left is one of the 3 special water stops on this course that are called party zones. Now at these party zones, there will be a misting tent where runners can pause if they are feeling overheated or seek medical attention. In addition, our radio sponsors will be playing music at all of these party zones to help keep you motivated. Now it's very important to stay hydrated and also to use that misting tent if it's a hot day. Still a good ways left in the race. You want to make sure you can take advantage of those flat miles ahead. Those beautiful views to the right as you continue to circle Back Cove. And crossing through mile 9. This is a great time to settle into a nice rhythm. Hopefully you're having a good day. Now it's very important to take on water. There are actually 3 water stops, and I would highly recommend you take on water at all 3 of these stops. You definitely do not want to be dehydrated or start to feel weak on the last few miles of this course, because you want to take advantage of those flat miles as you head in towards the finish. Now if you look to the right, you'll be able to see the Tukey Bridge. We're going to be going up and over that bridge before we start to head back towards the finish. So you can always just keep looking to your right and seeing the bridge and knowing that that's when you're going to complete the circle around Back Cove. You have to go over that bridge. Now as you get closer to completing the circle around Back Cove, you're going to notice a slight incline to the path. And you will notice this because you've been on a perfectly flat surface for over 2 miles, so you will notice this slight incline up to the Tukey Bridge. Now you're going to take a right, and the bridge is a little bit of an incline as you come up and over it, but it's not too bad. Again, beautiful views to the left and right. Now as you crest the top of the bridge, the road's going to start to kick downward, and then you're almost going to have to come to a complete stop to take this very hard right onto the Bayside Trail. Final section of our course is primarily on the Eastern Promenade Trail, which will lead us to our finish line at the Ocean Gateway Terminal. You're going to come around this corner, go underneath the bridge. Pretty cool part of the course. You have a nice little downhill and then a flat section. Now at the end of this path, you're actually going to take a right and do a very short out and back section on Marginal Way. Now just to be aware, this road, there was a lot of rough road on this part of the course, but it's a very short out and back. Now as we head back towards the bike trail, there'll be a second party zone right at the beginning of the trail. Make sure you grab some water or cool down in the misting tent. Now as you start the last hill of the day, you'll be passing by the famous graffiti wall on the right and the famous Grand Trunk Railroad Swing Trestle Bridge on the left. Now this is the last hill on the course. You just got to get yourself up and over this hill. You'll have a nice downhill and a flat right to the finish. As you come around the corner, you're going to have a nice downhill as you head back towards the finish. As soon as you cross those railroad tracks, you know you only have 1 mile to go, and it's perfectly flat right on the bike trail. Really need to dig deep through this section. Now, in case you need it, there's one less party zone ahead at East End Beach. Grab some water, and if you need to, cool down for that final mile. And again, just beer down, and hopefully you're having a good day and you took some water at all those water stops, and you can really take advantage of this last flat section of the course. Beautiful views of Casco Bay on the left. As you head in, you're going to notice on the right the Maine narrow gauge railroad. Again, completely flat through this section of the course. Now as you cross through mile 13, stay on the bike path as we're going to go over the railroad tracks again. Now we're going to take a left and head towards the Ocean Gateway Terminal and the finish line. Thank you for viewing the Shipyard Old Port Half Marathon.